Right, let's talk with Reuters Breakingviews. Today's top picks: how Germany is warming to the idea of eurobills. The EU's banking union threatens to widen the divide between Brussels and London. And David Cameron, as the honest broker for the Eurozone, surely not. Let's speak with Robert Cole. We'll leave that one till last. Let's talk about the Eurobills, get that out of the way. You think Germany will be happy with that?
Well, you said Germany is warming. I think that's taking our view one step too far. I think we're saying it could conceivably, possibly warm to Eurobills. Maybe, but only really if, as a face-saving exercise, really, that, you know, euro bills, let's face it, aren't that much different from euro bonds, which they've said they don't like. A key difference being that they're shorter-term instruments. Now, the way that these euro bills are being talked about and possibly might be structured is that there would be caps on the amount of money that they would speak to, and there would be other sort of strictures. But it seems to me that the Germans might sort of allow them to go through, even though questions of moral hazard...
But it's a German back down, isn't it?
Well, we haven't got the back down yet. You know, we're saying that they might. This is a way for them to back down, or rather, I would like to say, save some face. But it clearly, if the Germans are going to do that, if they are going to approve of eurobills, and they have to because they're the paymaster for Europe, it would be a clear signal that, you know, Eurobonds would be on the way, and the markets might like that. But, you know. This is Neil's view, and I think he's being pretty generous to the situation from my own point of view, and I think there are enormous difficulties with this.
Michel Barnier, bank resolution plans. George Osborne, quite rightly, getting worked up by this?
Well, I mean,
he was on the radio this morning talking about it.
We've got two pieces on this, and you know, clearly a very big issue, and particularly for our core audience in the banking sector. And you know, there clearly is quite a lot of overlap between the two. But what we're trying to do here is look at the political dimension from a UK perspective, and that is to say, you know, how much clout, if you like, does David Cameron have? Well, perhaps we'll talk a bit more about that in detail. But there is also a piece which is looking at the technical parts, if you like, from technical parts of this European banking union proposal from, if you like, an EU perspective. And there are a couple of points to highlight for you. Please read it in detail on the wire there. But there does seem to be some common ground between the UK and the EU when it comes to haircuts, so bail-ins, so the fact that creditors in banks should participate in the rescue of banks if it comes to that. But there seems to be really quite a big gulf in the way these union proposals might come into force in two big respects. Firstly, that there'd be a bigger clout for a pan-European regulator, if not the European Banking Authority, then an authority that looks something like it, and also a pan-European sort of deposit guarantee scheme. Now, deposit guarantee schemes, with all this talk about bank runs all over Europe, is essential, but there does seem to be a gulf between what the UK banking community would accept and what the EU.
I mean, no great surprises there. We've talked about it for a while now. All right, let's talk about the politics.
It may not be a surprise, but you've still got to take it seriously, and you've still got enough to go.
Let's talk about the politics. And this is, as you just mentioned, David Cameron, taking this rather lectury message, let's face it, to Europe. It's not diplomacy, is it, really?
Well, it depends who he's trying to be diplomatic with. I mean, this is a point slightly outside the remit of the piece that appears and has been written by Hugo. But I kind of think, you know, in another world, in a parallel universe, actually the UK Prime Minister would be quite a good, honest broker for the Eurozone, right? You know, a big economy, you know, big city financial institutions that with it, you know, clearly there are disparate parts of the European the Eurozone who need to sort of bang their heads together. Yeah, as I say, in a parallel universe, the UK Prime Minister might do quite a good job of that. No, but actually we're in this universe, and because he has, proved himself to have, shall we say, deficient diplomatic skills when it comes to Europe. You'll remember last December when he went along and started his lecturing. So he's got, I think, a credibility deficiency with European partners. But also, you know, you've got to think, particularly with what George Osborne was saying this morning, is that he's not actually talking to Europe. He's talking to, you know, the people in Britain who just don't want anything, don't seem to want to do, particularly in his own party, anything to do with really helping out Europe and trying to get some sort of common resolution.
Good. Robert, thanks a lot. That's it for now. If you want to watch our US show every day, 12:30 Eastern, 17:30 BST, I'm Axel Threlfall. This is Reuters.